get everybody out of their seats for just a minute. We're gonna get the blood flowing and get us moving a little bit. So go ahead and take one big step back so that you have plenty of room. And point your arm out in front of you like this. Perfect. Now, as far as you think you can go, turn around and point to somewhere else in the room. Like this. So you're gonna go like this, as far as you think you can reach. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now stare at that spot and turn back around. Okay, do you remember where that spot was? Okay, now everybody close your eyes. Point your finger out in front of you and do the same thing that you just did. Go as far as you possibly can. Now open your eyes. Did you reach farther? Turn back around. Did anybody reach farther than they thought they did before? Whew, okay, go ahead and have a seat. So when we take away the visuals of what we think we can do, we actually can go a lot farther. So instead of focusing on this is how far I think I can go, when you change your perception a little bit and you go as far as you actually can, you tend to go a little bit farther. You cool with that? Awesome. All right, now, how many of you have ever heard of the National Mall? Not the Mall of America, we're not shopping today, but the National Mall. Does anybody know what that is? I'll give you a hint, it's in Washington, D.C. And it is not inside. Do you know what it is? What is it? Very close, yeah, it's all the monuments in Washington, D.C. So it's not necessarily a mall that's undercover, but it's all the monuments that are in Washington, D.C. So for just a second, we're gonna pretend that we are in the National Mall. And does anybody know what some of the monuments are out in Washington, D.C.?
The Washington one.
The Washington Monument, that's a pretty good one. What else?
Vietnam War Memorial.
Yeah, the war memorials, absolutely. Anything else?
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, absolutely. The Abraham Lincoln Memorial, Thomas Jefferson Memorial, there's a bunch of them out there. The National Mall covers over 1.9 miles, so that's almost 2 miles, so that's pretty big. It's 300 acres and more than 3 million people get to visit the mall every day. Now, if you're surrounded with 3 million people, are you going to meet somebody new? Absolutely. Yeah. What's a way you guys meet new people? Talk to them. How many of you have a Facebook account? Most of us. All right, what are some things we can find in a Facebook account? Your name? Where you're from, your birthday? Pictures, photos, interests, absolutely. So those are all things we're gonna find on Facebook. So while we're milling around in our National Mall today, we're gonna meet new people and create them each a Facebook page. So take the paper in front of you, hold it like this. Go ahead and fold it in half. You are going to talk to 2 new people today and meet them and create a Facebook page. Capiche? Capiche. Awesome. Now, some things that you want to include again was a picture, then their name, and then a hobby, a quote, an activity, or a status update. What do you need on that piece of paper? Picture. A hobby, a quote, an activity. One of those last 4. All right? Any questions? Okay, how many people are you going to meet? 2. We need a picture, a name, and then an activity, hobby, or anything like that. Now, from there, you're going to meet 2 people, you're going to talk to them, and then you're going to have a seat, and we're going to talk about the people we met. What are you going to do when you're done? Take a seat. Awesome. Go ahead and start your activity, and we will meet up in just a second.
All right.
I'll be your friend.
Okay. Hi. What's your name? Emily.
What's your name?
Nathan.
Nathan. Nice to meet you, Nathan.
I really like your braid. Thanks. I'm gonna draw it.
So I'm a terrible artist. Is it cool if I do a stick figure?
My name's Emily. I'm drawing your face. That's pretty.
I'm gonna give you a hand because you're gonna be a profile picture. And you're wearing a pretty cool FFA jacket.
You're smiling. I'm always smiling.
What is your favorite activity to do?
What's your favorite activity?
You like to hunt? What do you hunt?
I would say my favorite activity to do is swim.
What do you like to do?
What do you like to do?
I love to read a lot. I try to read at least a book a week. Which is kind of ridiculous, but it's fun.
Okay. What's your hobby? Do you have an extra? Oh, no, that's your hobby. I guess. That's your hobby.
I forgot to do
Do you have a quote you live by?
I live by like a few different quotes.
High five. And then we'll
Is there
go
one
from
that
meeting
like
to person.
you would want everyone to know you live by?